Hey. How's it, you guys? It's Chris and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be exposing this bitch ass school and everybody up inside of it. I went on Instagram earlier this week and I asked you guys to go ahead and submit all of your questions about the school vlogs. For those of you who are new here, I have a popular series on my channel which I do school vlogs every 2 weeks. Meaning pretty much everyone on my channel is somewhat invested in what's going on at my school. I've been doing this for over a year now, so you guys have definitely seen a lot and I know y'all have a lot of messy ass questions. So I told myself that at the very end of the school year, right before I graduate, I will answer every single question truthfully about everybody and everything, and anything that you guys asked, it's getting answered truthfully. Because like, what am I holding back for? I'm not gonna see these bitches again. I don't care. I literally graduate in 1 week from today. Let's give a quick round of applause for me graduating. Okay, I know y'all was sitting behind the screen like, girl, where's the tea? So let's go ahead and actually get into it. It's Chris. It's Chris. Alright, I have all y'all's messy ass questions pulled up. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait to just tell y'all everything because there's been so many times where y'all will like ask a question in the comments and I'm like, damn, like I wish I could tell y'all what was really happening and I couldn't. So I hope that you guys hit all the areas that especially I wanted y'all to hit, but more importantly, all the areas that you guys wanted to hit. I have a lot of questions. I have no idea where to start. I'm only gonna be answering like the actual interesting shit. Like I'm gonna try my best to skip over the bullshit and what nobody really cares about. So let's see. The first question is, what happened to Richie? Damn, I'm starting off kind of strong. A lot of you guys have been asking what happened to Richie. If y'all don't know who Richie is basically someone that I used to do videos with, my, crush or whatever that was for a little bit. And we did our videos. He also went to my school. He was in my 4th period science class. And then he randomly just one day disappeared. The truth is nothing happened to Richie. Me and Richie are literally still on good terms. Richie just moved schools and he just has a lot going on in his life right now. But he also has a girlfriend, so that's probably why we've also been a little bit more distant. But we actually just texted like literally yesterday. As far as making videos together, I'm not sure if it'll ever happen again, but it was an era. The next question is, have any of your straight friends that were on the channel tried getting with you? The answer is absolutely yes. Like obviously guys, y'all know, like, most of the time whenever y'all try to ship me with my like real straight friends, I'm like, okay girl, like be serious, like those are just my friends. But hell yes they have. Of course they have. Did I ever have a crush on one of the straight friends, even a small one? I did. Of course I have. I feel like whenever you get close with conventionally attractive men and they treat you a certain way, sometimes like you're a little gay boy, like sometimes you'll develop a little small something, but like that's usually just like in the beginning when you first meet them, and then you realize like it's a friendship. So yeah. Who is the hottest guy at my school? The hottest guy at my school, not gonna lie, I don't really know. Like none of them are like crazy fine to me. Nobody at my school is just like crazy fine to me. I don't think that really anyone at my school is my type. Yeah, I'm looking through my following right now. I literally don't know. I'll say the person with like the best face card though, I'll give it to Sam. Have I been with any of the trades from my school? Unfortunately, I have, of course, like my freshman and sophomore year when I first came here and I was all happy about, finally being gay openly. And so if a man wanted to love on me in public in school and stuff, I thought that it was, amazing. So of course I messed with some trades at my school. I think everyone has. How did Eddie really feel about everyone shipping y'all? I think like, like me and Eddie are just friends. So I think, I don't know if he can't really say it made him uncomfortable because like he was also the one doing stuff like to provoke the edits, like, you know what I mean, like play flirting and stuff. So no, actually I don't think it made him uncomfortable. I don't think he really cared, but I think like once people in real life would start bringing it up and like calling him gay because he hung out with me, then he would get like uncomfortable. But I don't think like he cared about like what the supporters say. I don't think that mattered to him. How many fights happen each year? I'm not gonna lie, my school used to be hella ghetto. Like my freshman year there was probably like over 50 fights that whole entire year. There used to be a fight literally every single day. The whole entire school, we would just walk to Starbucks every day and someone would catch a fade after school. Like we never knew who it was, but someone was always just catching a fade at Starbucks because we have a Starbucks like right in front of our school. So that was just like the spot where like if you needed that from someone, you told me like, bitch, meet me at Starbucks at 3, and then like everyone knew, okay, like everyone was posting, Starbucks at 3 today, we got another one, we got 3 fades, we got 2 fades, we got 4, whatever's going on, they explain, and then everyone will meet up and just watch the rumble. What's tier with the cheerleaders? That's an interesting question. I don't really think I've ever showed you guys any of the cheerleaders or anything, but I do know that the cheerleaders have been a lot of drama recently, and 2 of them did recently go to like Adapt or to what's it called, Juvie or something for drinking on the bus, I think. Is Fetty gay or any other straight friends gay? Closet is glass, Fetty. So I think actually out of like most of my straight friends, I think Fetty is the last one that would be gay, I'm not gonna lie. Because once you just like observe people's behavior, like you can tell whenever like gay people make someone uncomfortable, 8 times out of 10, it's like your insecurity. Like you're just insecure because these people are able to live free and these people are able to just be themselves, and that bothers you because you can't be yourself. And Fetty is so comfortable with his sexuality. Like Fetty does not have a problem at all like making videos with me, hanging out with me in the halls. Like literally today he was signing my yearbook and someone was like, oh, like, damn, you taking mad long. And Fetty like, this my boy. Like, like, you know, like, we just look at each other like brothers, you know what I mean? And Fetty's definitely not gay. But have any of the baseball players tried messaging you, or have you gotten a DL vibe from one? So my freshman year, when I first came to the baseball program, I actually was constantly, like, flirting with seniors. Like, I was a freshman and they were seniors, and, like, they would flirt with me and I flirt with them. And I ended up, like, kissing or, like, just, you know, texting or, like, really, like, having a DL and like at least 4 or 5 of the seniors, and there was I think only 6 or 7. So a lot of people when I was a freshman and were seniors on my baseball team were like DL. And also my sophomore year, my last year playing baseball ever in my life, there were also like hella DLs, and people would like try to do stuff on the bus with me and like stuff like, oh, guys, the lore just goes crazy with that. Were Will, Aiden, and Morgan all friends with Apple? Wow, that shit runs really deep, but yes, they are all friends with Apple. Was there ever a time that an old talking stage or real crush showed up in a school vlog? Yes, there is absolutely a time. I don't know if you guys remember that light-skinned boy, Joseph, the one that I used to have the English class with my junior year. I did have, like, not gonna lie, like a small crush on him for, like, a couple days, and I was like, wait, like, bitch, I'm just, like, I was only, like, having a crush or whatever because, like, I'm scrolling on my For You page, and it's constantly people editing us, so it, like, tricks my mind into thinking that I like this person just because, like, people who love me and stuff are shipping us together. That's the only reason that I would say that I even got remotely close to having a crush on him. But yeah. Who was the messiest? I don't think that the messiest title can really go to anyone in my school because there was like 3,000 people. But I think honestly everybody at my school is very messy. Everyone just like talks a lot, and everyone like, if I tell this bitch something, like the bitch like across the room will find out in less than 5 minutes without a doubt. What happened to Valerie? Nothing happened to Valerie. Me and Valerie are still super duper cool. I don't know if you guys remember her. She's been in a couple of my earlier school vlogs from my senior year because I took her to the football games a couple of times. Valerie's still my girl. She was actually just in my prom vlog. Me and her are still like this. That's my bitch. Is it awkward when you see the old friends in school? Like, do they try to speak to you? Yes, I have actually I encounter my old friends at school like literally all the time. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I encounter them all the time. Like, of course, we go to the same school. We have classes nearby each other. We used to walk to class together, shit. So we brush past all the time. And yes, my old friends have tried to talk to me before, but like, I don't really be going, you know what I mean? Once I'm done, most of the time, like, I'm done. Unless, like, I'll get into it. Y'all know what y'all are waiting for. Y'all know why y'all are here. And I'm gonna get into it in a little bit. Hold on. Have I ever caught anyone in the bathroom? Absolutely. People do that shit in the bathroom. They do it on the stairs. They do it in like the back hallways. They do it in the locker rooms. They do it literally everywhere. Like, this school genuinely does not care. I think people used to get caught doing that shit all the time my freshman year, and they would also do it in the auditorium and in the band hallway. Who are people you dated and can we see them? I've never dated anyone like at my school, but in 8th grade I did like quote unquote date this one boy, but he had a girlfriend the whole time and he was low-key just experimenting with me. But I was like, it was like the first boy that I ever like talked to, liked for real or anything, and it was like in real life, and we went to the same school. We walked home together every single day. But now me and him, we just have mutual friends, and he's cool, and I'm actually like going to his grad party in 2 days. But like, it's literally nothing like that. Like, he's straight now. Like, I'm pretty sure he's straight now. Like, he figured himself out, whatever. It was just like an 8th grade thing. But yeah, he still goes to my school, and to me, like, I look at it as like, damn, like that was the first boy that I ever loved. Like, oh my gosh, did it. But he looks at me as like, I'm just Chris. Like, it was nothing to him, but it was something to me. That's really more of what it was. It was pretty one-sided, not gonna lie. Can you tell us if you've done anything with any of the boys on the soccer team? This goes back to freshman year again. My freshman and sophomore year, the soccer team locker room was like right across from the baseball locker room. And so like all the time whenever baseball and soccer would come in from practice, most of the times like baseball and soccer would walk in together. And like, that's whenever I would start to get to know like some of the other soccer guys. Not like Fetty, Sam, Eddie, and them. Like, I already knew them. I'm talking about people that y'all have never seen before. Like the upperclassmen while I was a lowerclassman. Like, they would flirt with me and stuff like that, and like they'd be joking, but a lot of that joking shit can turn into very, very serious shit, especially like whenever you get added in Snapchat, whenever you follow them on Instagram and they get in your spam, get the close friends and everything, then y'all start hanging out. Then all it takes is one time that y'all like go to a football game or something, then after he has to take you home, and then when he's taking you home, like y'all y'all kiss on the way home. It could just go just like that. But absolutely, I have definitely like had my fair share of soccer boys at that school, and even the current ones too. Are there racist people? Hell yes, there are so many racist people, you guys. Like, my school is full of people who say slurs that do not pertain to them at all. And it makes me like so uncomfortable because like, what are you doing? Like, I can't wait to just walk that stage and not be around any of those problematic ass people anymore. Like, please. Why didn't you like Morgan even before y'all split up? And where the F is Will, aka my baby daddy? So, well, actually, as a girlfriend, Miranda, why didn't I like Morgan before the split up? It wasn't that like I didn't like him. I just didn't appreciate that I felt disrespected because he would hang out with people that, or like not hang out, but like just kiki with people, walk with people, talk to people that talk shit about me like all the time. And for me, it's like a respect thing. It's like, if you're gonna be one of the top 5 people in my circle, I definitely owe you a lot of loyalty, and I think you owe me some back. And something about you, you know, kikiing with bitches that talk shit about me all the time doesn't sit right with me, and I don't think it would sit right with most people. So that was my issue before we even really had like the big fallout that you guys had to see online. And also, your second question, where is Will? So me and Will, we actually stopped being friends for like a month or something, like a month and almost a half, and then she came to her senses and finally gained a brain and apologized. And that happened like when over at prom. I'll get into that in a second. Like I said, hold on, we need to know what happened with Joseph. Nothing really happened with Joseph. Me and him just kind of like stopped talking. We just kind of like faded out, and then we were cool as hell, like we were super cool, but we just like stopped texting and stuff like that. And then like senior year, we didn't have any classes together, didn't really have anywhere to walk classes together. And we were still talking a little bit like earlier in the school year, but then I think I started talking to some guy like in November or something, and he like made me unfollow like all the guys that I've like, you know, had a crush on or anything. And Joseph was a part of the list, so I just unfollowed him out of respect for the guy who I'm not even talking to anymore. But then Joseph, you know, returned the favor of unfollowing me, so I don't know where we stand, but I don't have any problem with him. Who was the guy you liked then didn't in your last week of school vlog from junior year? It was Joseph. Is Richie still your crush? No. Did any of your friends stray away from you because their girlfriend or boyfriend didn't like you, and who? Yes, absolutely, especially like straight friends. You know, like people will have their girlfriends like or like whatever girl they're like messing with or whatever girl they're hooking up with, they'll usually, not usually, but sometimes they will have like an issue with me because like they think that I'm capable of on their man. And so for example, I don't know if you guys saw, but in the homecoming school vlog, whenever like that whole shipping era with me and Eddie was happening, Eddie was with some like girl at the football game, and whenever y'all like saw me go up in the stands and talk to Eddie, you could see her in the back like slick me mugging. And then also at Whataburger after, she was like just looking at me a little weird, and I didn't even realize it, but Fetty had clocked that whenever we had went into Whataburger, and then she was like looking at me crazy and everyone was talking about it. And then I was like what is she mad for? And then also recently some of the other people that I have classes with and stuff, like Jaden, Adon, Big Bird, and stuff like that, they'll like be talking to girls, and the girls are probably watching this too, so hey y'all. But the girls like that they would mess with and stuff will be like, oh, like you're gay because you hang out with Chris Cotter and you're in his videos, you're in his TikTok, so that must mean you're gay. And like, girl, they just be so insecure, and it's like, why are you doing all that? What happened with you and Will? All details, all the shade, and all the tea with extra sugar. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and get into this. This is my first time addressing this, and hopefully my last. You know, y'all know I don't mind addressing shit whenever shit hits the fan. Like, y'all know I don't really care to address anything because at the end of the day, like, I just don't care. So basically, Will and I have been actually having like pretty much of a distant friendship ever since like October. And you know, like we both are just very, very busy people. You know, like he was starting with baseball, and I had also just introduced him to Miranda, which is now his girlfriend. So they would hang out all the time, and then he'd have like baseball practice and everything. And so I would be like, oh, like let's film something, or let's go eat after school. And it was usually like a, you know, like a ghost, or like I can't, or like I don't feel like it, or it was just like, it just felt like my energy really wasn't reciprocated, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm okay with saying this publicly because I have told him this before, and yeah. So it's basically just like pretty much a really distant friendship. And I know like friendships are allowed to be distant and stuff like that, but it's like, this is my best friend, so whenever we get distant and like it's the last year of high school together, and you know, I just want to make more memories before we all graduate and stuff, it like upsets me whenever, you know, my energy just isn't reciprocated, and when it feels like my friend doesn't want to hang out with me. So I kind of like, it came to spring break, and Star ended up coming down here for spring break to come see me, and we made a whole bunch of videos together and everything. And obviously, like, while Star was down here, you know, I was like, let's do a video with Will. So it came down for me to text Will. I was like, hey, like, let's do a video on Thursday. And I called him like the day before, and I was just, you know, to verify plans. And it was just like a no answer, but then texted like nothing happened, and then I would just get really irritated. And then the video ended up like not happening, which like pissed me off even more. And I was like, okay, like, let's see if we can go to the rodeo together this weekend, and if not that, then I'm like honestly done, because it just felt like I kept trying and trying. And I've had conversations with him like numerous times, like I think once or twice, about like me feeling like my energy hasn't been reciprocated in the friendship. Like there were like good conversations, but like with no change. So once that final straw hit for me, like that was like my final straw, I just like unfollowed him and everything, and I was just so like annoyed. So we weren't cool for like a little bit, whatever. He unfollowed me back and everything, and we both just kind of didn't really talk about it. And then at my senior lock-in, he called me like 20 minutes before the lock-in, basically like saying like, okay, like, we'll be back cool for the night. Like, let's just get back cool for the night because, you know, we're both at the senior event and everything. Let's just have fun, and we'll talk about it like tomorrow or the day after or like another time. And I'm thinking like, okay, like cool, like let's be cool. I put our shit to the side, so okay, we can talk about this another time. But that another time just never came. So I just felt like my feelings were super duper invalid. I was like for real done. I was like, yeah. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And that's whenever like a not so good conversation happened, like in the hallway and stuff, and like some rude things were said. So that was what it was for a little bit. Like we just weren't friends. But then like, you know, when like at the same time, like that's your best friend, and like it was over something so petty, and it was basically like his argument was basically, you know, like I don't have time, and like I also am doing baseball, like I have all this stuff coming on, and it's just like the busiest time of my life right now. And he was like, I can't really control the distance. And I was like, you know, like I understand that, but I was just like, I just felt like the energy just wasn't being reciprocated. And I'm really big on my energy being reciprocated, because I just feel like if you're, I don't know, like I'm just always that type of person, because I'm very passionate in my friendships, and I love on my friends really, really hard. So I guess just whenever like none of that is reciprocated to me, it just kind of gets me in my feelings, I'm not gonna lie. And I think that's 110% valid. So after that happened, we ended up not talking for like the whole month of April, honestly. And then at prom, and you know, as time goes on, like you just kind of don't really care, because it was just never that serious. And I also know how he is like when he's mad, and so I know that things were said that probably just weren't meant. And those are just things that, you know, like people will work on. And like, we're no strangers to falling out and being back cool again. I don't know if you guys remember when I literally first started YouTube, we had just got back cool. Like we were literally not talking for like a month again. Like we just like, I don't know if it's like a yearly thing where we just take a month off. Like I don't know what it is, but I think it's completely normal for your best friends to fight and argue. We're literally like siblings. Like we don't do it all the time, but like it happens. You know what I mean? Like, we're around each other all the time. Like it just happens. Arguments form, fights start, whatever. Like, and at prom he came up to me and, you know, apologized and everything, and talked about, you know, like being at the party, because obviously we have a lot of mutual friends. Like Michaela was literally staying at the same house as me. Obviously, like Will's gonna want to go to Michaela's like thing. You know what I mean? We're all friends at the end of the day, so it's kind of just difficult if he's just there, and I'm like, me and him aren't feeling each other, but everyone else is, because it's like y'all supposed to be best friends. So we just got back cool right before the party. We had like a long ass talk at prom, and I honestly like just got everything out that I needed to say. I talked about like where I was gonna go, how I was gonna go about things online. Talked about like, you know, us following each other again and everything. Got out what I really wanted to say, but to his face this time, which made me feel a lot better. And apologies were definitely said. And I honestly like felt him taking accountability while we were having the conversation, and a change was promised. And I've been seeing nothing but change. Me and Will have hung out so much recently. So honestly, I think like that was kind of like a wake up call to like be like, hey, like we're literally graduating soon. Like let's like not have a shitty friendship right now. And a lot of you guys are probably like thinking like, oh, he just wants to get back cool for the prom party. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking the same damn thing. You know, because I'm thinking like, okay, like, you know, before the senior lock-in, you only wanted to talk because it was senior lock-in, and now it's because of a prom party. But he did tell me that like he wanted to say something or apologize, but he just couldn't find the right time. And honestly, I understand that, and I give people full credit, because I know what it's like to not be understood. So I'm always going to give that credit where it's due, and I'm always going to try to hear people out all the time. I know it's like, it's honestly got me nothing but hurt in the past, but I still just want to see the good in people. That's what I always try to do. So I don't think that, you know, another chance at friendship is going to hurt anybody. This is literally like my brother. And yes, I know I did make that video and I did stand on, like, I made it seem like I was standing on business, everything. But that's just the type of person that I am. Like, I usually would, but come on, that was like my best friend. If that was just like another friend, I probably would be dead ass serious. But like your best friend, it's just kind of hard to escape. You know what I mean? Like those friendships don't just end that easily. So yes, me and Will are back friends for good now. As far as our friendship and making YouTube videos and stuff again, I don't know if that will continue or when. If it does happen, it's completely up to him. It's not my decision. But yeah, that's just where the friendship stands. And yeah, whew, okay, that was the question y'all was waiting for. Now let me get into the rest of the messiness that y'all want. Have people ever started rumors about you? And if so, what were they? I've got so many rumors that like I got like a train ran on me by the soccer team or like the baseball team. Like people just make rumors about me and my friends all the time. And they always say that like I was doing something with them or something like that. Like those are usually the rumors that I get. Will you keep in contact with the true friends you made there, or are you going ghost? Of course I'm going to keep in contact with the people who are real to me. But I have been like, not going to lie, slowly cutting off like any access that people at my school have to me, because a lot of them hoes are just weird. Like a lot of them like talk so much shit about me. Like a lot of them just like are just fake to everyone around them. So it's just like, if you're fake to the people close to you, why would you not be fake to me? I don't want to be around you. Who will I keep in contact with after high school? Who in specific? Definitely David, Michaela, Will, like Nick, Amaya. And if I'm not naming anyone, I'm not like purposely leaving them out. It's just like what's coming to the top of my mind. Like Nick, of course, like the one in my second period. Obviously Fetty. Probably Sam too. Hopefully Eddie. I don't really know. Like, I guess we'll have to see, and that's also partly up to them as well. Have you ever caught a teacher doing something illegal or weird? So actually, let me tell you guys. Basically, there was this boy at our school named George, and there was this girl named Miss Karen that was like the teacher. I think her name was Miss Karen, yeah. And basically, like, he had our social studies class, whatever. They had kind of like a weird relationship going, and they followed each other on Instagram, and messages got leaked from them. Like, he would go tell people that he cracked the teacher. And I was a freshman, he was a junior. And mind you, like, this boy was, like, weird. Like, everyone thought that he was just, like, hella weird, really, really sketchy. He was always just, like, making women uncomfortable and just, like, making, like, uncomfortable jokes. Like, he was just, like, not a really good person. And he also would, like, fake flirt with me and stuff like that. And like, if we go to our Instagram DMs, like, he'd say like the most vulgar things to me, like, but like in a sexual way. And it was just so disgusting. Like, this man's genuinely a creep. But he basically got exposed because him and that teacher had a relationship going on. And she also had a husband and kids who went to the school, like, that goes into our school. I think they went to the elementary and middle school that leads into my high school. So this is like a very much real, like, situation happening. And the whole next day at school, there were like 10 fights. And everyone was just like going batshit crazy because they thought our school was gonna like shut down or something. Like, there was a rumor that our school was gonna get shut down, so everyone just started like fighting, da. And then like that boy, there was rumors that he was gonna like pew up the school, and like there was like this post online of like him walking in the hallway, and everyone thought that like he had came back or something to terrorize the school. So then everyone just started like running out of the school. Someone like pulled the fire alarm. Bro, that day was the craziest day of school literally ever. I wish I school vlogged during freshman year, because that was genuinely the craziest shit ever. But yeah, like, my school was on the news and everything. Like, the news had pulled up to our school. People were like getting interviewed outside about how they felt about the situation, like how the teacher and the student acted if they saw them interact ever. But yeah, that boy was definitely a weirdo, and the teacher was also very, very weird for doing that to a little boy who's a junior in high school. I love exposing my school and looking so pretty when I do it. How do you, Chris Cotter, feel about not having the same friends you started with? Not gonna lie, that shit hurts me sometimes. Like, sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn, like, not gonna lie, during this whole starting YouTube process and starting like my journey and chasing my dreams, I lost a lot of people that were super close to me, and even people that y'all have not even ever met, like, I was so close to, and I literally just like stopped like being friends with them. And I'm not gonna, like, I know I'm not trying to sound like I'm like always the victim, but I swear to God, like, in the friendships that I've lost since the start of YouTube, I have literally not been the root of the problem, like, at all. And I've been nothing but genuine to these people. And so, like, me, I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. So whenever I fall out with these people who are so close to me, usually like 2 years ago, I would look at it and be like, damn, like, I'm falling out with so many people close to me. Like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Like, why is the universe punishing me? Why am I falling out with people that I love so much? But now I have that mentality of everything happens for a reason. So if I'm falling out with someone, that's because they don't deserve to be around the blessings that I'm about to receive. That's how I view things now. So if you fall out with me, it's automatically your loss because I have what I need to be happy with myself. It's definitely quality over quantity over here. Like, I love the people who are around me and I love myself. And so it doesn't really bother me as much as it used to. Like, it makes me sad when I really, really sit down and think about it. But when I don't psychoanalyze everything, like, I can live. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks, but I look at it as they missed out because they weren't allowed to be a part of this journey with me. Who's Apple? Oh my god, no way y'all are getting this out of me. Apple is this boy that, like, y'all already know, like, who Apple is context-wise, if you know who Apple is. But Apple is this boy named Charlie. Y'all are probably gonna find him, but I mean, I don't really care. That's who he is. Who is H&M? H&M is the store, girl. I don't know if you thought that was like a code name, but H&M is the store. Go in depth about baseball. I already did that in like the Why I Quit Baseball story time. There's really nothing more to say about baseball, but if you want me to just like expose baseball, I don't really know. I would just say like a lot of the players are definitely DLs and they're definitely super easy and they all share hoes. Also, a lot of the coaches are assholes, but the head coach, he's really, really nice and sweet. But that pitching coach, that bitch. And I hope someone shows him that I said that because the last time I spoke on him on the internet, y'all wanted to come on here and show him too when I did my baseball story time. Did people ever come up to you and ask you uncomfortable questions? Oh my god, all the time. People always ask me like the craziest shit. And I honestly feel like people in school sometimes, they don't be looking at me like I'm a human. They look at me like I'm a robot. They look at me like I'm just like not a real person. They treat me like I'm Kylie Jenner. Like I walk in the hallway and they like say the most diabolical shit. They're like, Chris, like, can I see a video of you twerking? Or like some, like they'll say like some crazy shit like that. And I'm just like, how do y'all feel so confident talking to someone that you don't even know like this? They just treat me like I'm AI. I have real feelings. I have emotions. I'm a human. They don't be understanding. What's it like being the baddest bitch in the school? Honestly, it feels pretty good. Like, that's all I really gotta say about that. Has my school ever been threatened by like pew pew or like explode? Absolutely. We used to get so many of those. And there used to be like fake ones most of the time. Like it was always just like some fake shit that people would like use as an excuse to get picked up by their parents early. But of course, like as a school, you can't take any like threats like that lightly. So a lot of times like people would just make fake ones and we'd skip school. Are you and Will's girlfriend still friends or what? Yes, me and Miranda are still friends. Y'all will see her in the last week of school vlog. That is literally my bitch, you guys. Me and her were literally friends before I even introduced her to Will, obviously. So I feel like we are forever going to be friends. Me and her have such like a different bond, bro. Like it's so lit. But whenever me and Will like don't be cool and stuff like that, like we just get distant. Because like it's kind of hard for us to hang out because she's always with Will. And so like if I want to hang out with her or whatever, he most of the time is going to be there. So while me and him weren't talking, like we didn't really hang out or text or anything. But we both were missing each other. And we both told Will that. And we both told each other that. So thank God that, you know, like that shit's over with because I definitely miss Miranda. But of course me and Miranda are still friends and I plan on being her friend for a long time. So do any of your haters go to the same school as you? Literally yes, and they still be watching my videos and they still be posting clips of me. So hey, yes, I don't understand like why hate on me and then whenever you walk past me in the hallway you don't say anything. I don't get it. Like people literally post shit about me and lie on my name all the time. Like if there's like if a straight guy at the school has a gay room where they automatically associate it with my name and it's like literally a couple weeks ago I was walking in the hallway and this boy was like, oh, like I heard about you and such and I'm like, first of all, who are you and who is that? I'm like, what's going on? And then the girl I'm with, she like, no, like it's like a rumor. I'm like, what are you talking about? And apparently it's a rumor that I like effed with this ugly ass boy. And the boy's like over here calling me ugly online. So I'm like, oh, I would never do it with Chris Cotter, he's disgusting, whatever. First of all, who are you? And second of all, where did this rumor come from? That's just disrespectful to me. That's a round of applause for him. If you got to me, you're lucky. So I don't know why he was acting like that. Don't think you should do this. It's not mature of you, and I know you can do better even though I don't know you. I don't think it's the most like mature thing in the world either, but I feel like honestly, why not be childish while I'm still a child? Like I just want to get this messy shit out before I graduate because I want y'all to know what was really going on in them damn school vlogs. That's really what it is. It's not to be messy or anything. Like, I could get views with or without mentioning the mess at school. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing it with like an immature intent. I'm doing it because like I want y'all to know what was really going on. Because if I was y'all, I want to know what the hell going on too. So I'm just doing it to fill y'all in. Of course, I apologize if you guys are looking at me like, oh my god, like you're so messy. You're like immature as hell for doing this. Da, 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 da. It's really not even like that. I just want you guys to know everything. I'm such a transparent person, and I don't really care to let y'all know what I have going on, honestly. So it doesn't bother me. Did anyone get pregnant? Yes, hella people would always get pregnant at school. Like, you literally would just see people with like Plan Bs walking like in the hallways, like, and people would just be like, oh, like I just got this from the store, da 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 da. Like, people would I'm just kidding, but people really do be getting pregnant. Yeah, not anyone that I know like personally, someone that I'm super duper close to, but of course like people have got pregnant before. Hell yeah. Do people in your school ask for pictures with the straight friends? No, I don't think so. They just be asking for pictures with me, but not with them. Who's the realest ride or die friend you made at school, and how do you remember knowing? My honestly like realest ride or die friend, like someone that I have like genuinely never had an issue with, has always been 100% loyalty, always has on my back, always on my side, and the energy's always reciprocated. That's David, 110%. Y'all don't even really see much of him because me and David, we don't really hang out as much as we used to outside of school because like it's definitely like our final season. Like, we're both trying to work on graduating. You know, he's also taking college courses. He just graduated from ACC, got his associate's degree when he graduated high school. That's like my tall gay friend, the one who's like taller than me. And if y'all know him, y'all know y'all the real ones. But like that person right there, like that's someone that I know will go to war for me 110%. That I met at school. What was really the vibes between you and Omar? Me and Omar were literally just friends. Like, it was never like that vibe. When I first saw Omar, like, I did think that he was like a little bit cute, but I didn't know him or anything. I was just like, ooh, like he's cute. But then like once we started talking, like I was like, okay, this is my homeboy. Like how I was saying earlier, like how you have like a mini crush on your, like some of your newer straight friends, but then like once you start talking to them, you're like, okay, like, this is my homegirl. Like, I don't need that from her no more. But me and Omar are super duper cool. Like, he's cool as hell. He just moved away and stuff. Who's your fave teacher and which teacher is your op? First of all, my op teacher will forever be Miss Gill. I had her my sophomore year for English. Literally, nobody liked her. She was the worst teacher I've ever had, bro. She was so terrible. She used to literally kick me out of her class all the time. And whenever she kicked me out, we have, like, nothing but windows in our school. So even if you get kicked out of the class, like, everyone in the class can just see what you're doing. So whenever she would kick me out, like, not gonna lie, I would entertain the hell out of the class. I would start doing cartwheels outside. I would sit on the floor and start rolling and shit. I would do the most for attention because, bitch, if you're gonna kick me out of your class, you're gonna pay the price. Like, I'm definitely gonna distract the hell out of your classroom. Does my old baseball coach still talk to me? Yes. Every single time he sees me in the hallway, he always says what's up to me and always, like, makes a joke about me coming back to baseball because y'all know I was the star player, no shade. The last question is, did I actually have a crush on Will freshman year? Yes, I did for like a day and a half, and I told Morgan and then he told Will. And honestly, the rest of these questions are like asking me like what straight boys I messed with, and if so, like to name drop them. Guys, I'm not gonna literally out somebody. Like, I can't do that. Unless they come out, then I'll tell y'all. But I'm not gonna out somebody, guys. Like, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. But that was all for me exposing my bitch ass school. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about everything that was really going on behind the scenes in those damn school vlogs. Hopefully, you know, like, your mind is clear. Like, you know, you got a clear understanding of everything now. Before you click out this video, though, make sure you are subscribed right now because, duh, like, you need to just subscribe because you need to see what I post on here. It's really important for you. But that is all. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Boy, you got my heart beating, running away, beating like a drum and it's coming away. Can't you hear that boom, 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 baby? That's super bass. Boom, 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 baby. Yeah, that's that super.